Aokitel C18 Pro is available in the market from April 2020. The phone got a 6.55-inch touchscreen display and a resolution of 720 x 1600 pixels, and the Aokitel C18 Pro has 4GB RAM and 64GB of internal storage, respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 256GB via microSD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side. It has 16-megapixel main shooter and the 2-megapixel FF and the 8-megapixel wide-angle lens and the 2-megapixel macro rear cameras and 16-megapixel front cameras. Aokitel C18 Pro offers Android 10Q operating system. As for the battery, it has 4000 mAh non-removable battery with 10-watt fast battery charging support. Umidigi A7 Pro is a Chinese smartphone with a decent amount of memory but very weak processor. Many rear cameras, as many as 4 Umidigi A7 Pro, available in the market from April 2020. The phone got a 6.3-inch LTPS IPS LCD touchscreen display with a resolution of 1080 x 2340 pixels and with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9, and it is protected by 2.5D curved glass screen. The Umidigi A7 Pro has installed MediaTek Helio P23 processor for its performance with integrated powerful GPU ARM Mali G71 MP2. It has 4GB of RAM with 64GB or 128GB of internal storage, respectively. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side, starting with 16-megapixel main shooter with f1.8 aperture and the 8-megapixel wide-angle lens and a 5-megapixel depth sensor lens, and the fourth camera is 5-megapixel macro sensor lens. On the front side, it has 16-megapixel selfie camera with f2.0 aperture. Umidigi A7 Pro operates Android 10Q operating system. As for the battery, it has 4150 mAh non-removable battery. The phone available in 3 color variant: jet black, sky blue, and its weighs about 189 grams. Cubot X30 is available in the market from July 2020. The phone got a 6.4-inch IPS LCD touchscreen display and a resolution of 1080 x 2310 pixels with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9, and the display has scratch resistant. The Cubot X30 has installed MediaTek Helio P60 processor for its performance with integrated GPU ARM Mali G72 MP3. It has 6GB or 8GB of RAM with 128GB or 256GB of internal storage, respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 128GB via a microSD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has 5 camera setup on the back side, starting with 48-megapixel Samsung S5KZ M1 main shooter and the 16-megapixel ultra-wide angle lens and the 5-megapixel macro sensor lens, and the fourth camera is 2-megapixel depth sensor lens, and the 5th camera is photosensitive lens with 0.3 megapixel resolution. On the front side, it has 32-megapixel selfie camera. Cubot X30 operates Android 10Q operating system. As for the battery, it has 4200 mAh non-removable battery and its weighs about 212 grams. It looks like the first smartphone based on MediaTek Helio A25 chipset, a modest processor for low-cost devices. A set of cameras is somewhat incomprehensible. In pictures 4, in the description permission is given for 3. The fourth is designed as a AI. A very solid battery and promise for more than a month without recharging. Not bad without memory. Infinix Hot 9 available in the market from April 2020. The phone got a 6.6-inch IPS LCD touchscreen display and a resolution of 720 x 1600 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9. The Infinix Hot 9 has installed 12nm MediaTek Helio A25 processor for its performance with integrated GPU PowerVR GE8320. It has 2GB, 3GB or 4GB RAM variation with 32GB, 64GB or 128GB eMMC 5.1 internal storage respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory via a micro SD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side, starting with 13 megapixel main shooter, 2 megapixel telephoto lens and 2 megapixel depth sensor lens, and the fourth camera is QVGA low light sensor. On the front side, it has 8 megapixel selfie camera. Infinix Hot 9 operates Android 10 XOS 6.0 operating system. As for the battery, it has 5000 mAh non-removable battery. The phone available in 4 color variant and it weighs about 185 gram. Honor X10 5G is a smartphone with support for 5G network. For its characteristics, it is very inexpensive. The price starts from $268. The processor is not the top end, but it is enough powerful and a decent amount of memory, flagship cameras and a good battery with fast charging. Honor X10 5G available in the market from May 2020. The phone got a 6.63-inch LTPS IPS LCD touchscreen display with 90Hz refresh rate and a resolution of 1080x2400 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9, and it is protected by aluminosilicate glass. The Honor X10 5G has installed 7nm Kirin 825G processor for its performance with integrated powerful GPU Mali G57 6-core GPU. It has 6GB or 8GB of RAM with 64GB or 128GB of internal storage respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 256GB via a micro SD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has triple camera setup on the back side, starting with 40 megapixel main shooter with f1.8 aperture and the 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens with f2.4 aperture and the 2 megapixel depth sensor lens with f2.4 aperture, and the back camera features LED flash, 960 frames per second slow motion video at 720 resolution and 4K video at 30 frames per second. On the front side, there is a motorized pop-up 16 megapixel selfie camera with f2.2 aperture. Honor X10 5G operates Android 10 Magic UI 3.1 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4300 mAh non-removable battery with 22-watt fast battery charging support. The phone available in 4 color variant: blue, orange, black, silver, and it weighs about 203 gram.